Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to have you here today with Vanessa from GreetHer. I met Vanessa at Virtuoso Travel Week, and I am telling you, I fell in love with her product, her concept. She's an amazing founder and leader of her organization. And I just knew I had to bring her on to talk about her product. When I was a travel advisor, I used to have a lot of retired female clients, widows, and widowers who always wanted me to do group travel so that we could bring together all of the solo female travelers together, primarily because they wanted friendship, companionship, safety, and it just wasn't something that I really had time to do, was to create all of these groups inside of my travel business. However, had this product been around when I was actually booking travel, I would have mentioned it to every single one of my solo traveling customers. So I just want to let you know that this is being recorded. We will place it on our YouTube channel and send out links to everybody. But without further ado, I really want to introduce Vanessa, who is the founder of GreetHer, and she's going to walk you through her product, how she came up with this idea, which is really amazing. What sparked this idea, and how travel advisors can work with her company on behalf of your customers. So I'm so happy to have you here today, Vanessa.
Oh my God, that introduction just made my day. Thank you so much. That was really kind of you, Sheila. And likewise, I'm really admire your work and I appreciate this invite. So good morning, everyone, or afternoon, depending which coast you're in right now. Vanessa Carroll, I'm the founder of GreetHer, and I would love to share more about my story. So let me just begin my presentation. If you don't mind, give me a second to share this. Let's see, share screen. And where is everybody tuning in from? Is there like specific region that the audience is from that I should know about?
I don't know. Why don't you guys let us know where you are joining us from? Of course, we have a lot of our members who are traveling constantly around the world. So who knows? Let's see. Venica from Cleveland.
Oh,
Um, I'm in Florida, so I'm back home. Fortunately, everything ran really smoothly while I was gone for 2 weeks on vacation. So that was amazing. Um, where are you right now, Vanessa?
I'm in San Francisco and I just arrived 2 days ago from my last work trip. I'm really excited about that. I was in Istanbul and London at the World Travel Market. Was any of you at the World Travel Market? Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding my presentation, but I'll pull it up here.
That's okay. I just visited Istanbul, so that was part of the cruise that
Oh,
I was.
really?
Yeah, so it was my second time in Istanbul. It was my boyfriend's first time. So we arrived kind of late on that first day. We were on a Regent cruise. So they have now a itineraries where you do overnights, 2 overnights in cities.
Yeah,
So we did a cruise on the Bosphorus. I could not believe the prices of
it was crazy.
apartments.
Yes, it
They
was.
said it's the most expensive real estate in the world. Like a one bedroom was like $7 million. So that's just absolutely crazy. Lynette is joining in from California too, Lincoln, California. I don't know where that is. That central, north, or south? Vanessa, if you don't have a presentation readily available right now, one of the things that
All
we could
right.
do is just kind of tell us a little bit about what Greet Her is.
I have it ready now.
Oh, perfect.
Sorry, it took me a second. Technology. Let's see. Let me see. Are you seeing my screen? Okay.
Yep.
You see my first slide, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, my company, it's called GreetHer, as I mentioned earlier, and it's something that was born out of a personal need. Actually, in 2020, when I got stranded in Morocco in the early pandemic, I realized that there was not a service that could do what we do today. But more than that, and more besides my initial need, I realized that I wasn't alone. And unfortunately, over 80% of women have experienced some form of harassment or even violence while traveling, which is insane, an insane statistic, right? And but there is a big majority of women who wish to travel and decide not to do it because they're worried about their safety. They don't know if they will be able to navigate confidently. They feel like they're gonna be feeling lonely and they lack the confidence, unfortunately. But a lot of them want to connect with local women and they want to do it in a unique and sustainable way. So our travelers, and what we're seeing, especially coming out of the pandemic, is that most of the travelers and most of the female travelers are seeking unique and sustainable forward experiences. So as I mentioned, my name is Vanessa Carol. I'm in San Francisco, and I created GreetHer as a platform to help women navigate the world with more confidence and fewer risks. What GreetHer does is connects female travelers to local women wherever they are, who you can book to get navigated in a very personalized way. It's almost like having a local friend, showing you around and personalizing your experiences everywhere you're going to. And so how it works is that, through our platform, travelers are able to make their own decisions and they pick the destination, select the time and meetup spot that they want someone to be there with them. And they even are able to tell them what their interests are. Everybody, Sheila, is a different type of traveler, right? Like I was just in Istanbul, you were with your partner. We were probably looking for different things when we were traveling there. But that's great because that makes us unique as travelers. And what we want is our greeters to personalize each experience. For example, we've had travelers who went to Istanbul and asked their greeter to show them the most artistic places of Istanbul. Then we had a travel writer traveling to Istanbul for the second time, but she just wanted to write about food and what type of street food there was. So her greeter personalized a food adventure for her, and all they did was try local food spots. So it really is up to you. And the best part is that you pick the time and you decide the meetup spot. So in fact, as I was there, my greeter met me outside of my Airbnb because I was doing some exploring between work. And so she would just meet me outside of my Airbnb and then show me for the time that I booked her for. But let me just get back a little bit here. Just some statistics. Women represent the majority of travel decisions. There is $125 billion spent by women. And we already know, probably most of us here in this call or watching this video, that the majority of the travelers and who are spending money right now and making decisions are female travelers. But their main concerns weren't addressed in the market, so this is where we come in. They want personalized, they want private experiences and unique activities, and that's how GreetHer feels in this space. Most of our travelers are solo travelers. However, we do take groups of women traveling together, up to 6 of them at once. On the platform, we have taken longer or larger groups, but that is more of a on-demand basis, and we take that off platform. However, on the platform itself, people are able to book directly up to 6 travelers. Where are we? Well, we have users in over 100 countries and over 1,000 cities. And we have had travelers book our services in over 40 countries already, which means, that women are resonating with our services. And we do have services available in all these other destinations. However, of course, we're seeing the demand the most in the most, high interest destinations. In fact, Italy is one of our most booked countries. This year, Tokyo increased a lot in bookings. Europe in the summer was incredibly busy, but we also have services in Latin America and Africa as well. How does GreetHer work? And we obviously are a business, so we make money through bookings, and we just take a commission every time we have a booking. This varies according to how many travelers, how many hours were booked. But what is really exciting about this, and do you recommend to your travelers, is that every time you book in a GreetHer service, you're employing women. You're putting money into women's hands. So this is really good because it creates a lot of sustainability in the world and equal opportunities. We have received incredible global recognition. In fact, that was just a World Travel Market because we won Startup of the Year. So I'm really proud about that.
Wow,
Yeah. Thank
congratulations.
you. And we have been named as one of the 25 hot travel startups of this year, and we have received multiple awards globally. So this speaks a lot about how the industry is reacting to our services, and also our travelers are really thrilled that GreetHer exists. And in fact, a lot of our travelers have never traveled before solo until they found us. So if you have some travelers who may not be as confident and just prefer to have a little more luxury and more peace of mind, we are the right service for them. We've have press coverage all over the US and international. But then I'm gonna stop here and see if anybody has any questions so far. I don't know.
I want to know how you find your hosts. So,
Agree.
and then what is the process that the hosts go through to
Yeah.
ensure they're vetted?
Yeah, and just to clarify, we don't have hosts because I think host is more kind of like related to people hosting you in their home. We don't do accommodations at all. Our greeters are more like a guide. So where we find them is we actually prioritize female tour guides. We look for female tour guides. However, in some countries, in some destinations, there's not a lot of them. So that's why we open it to local women who are already in the tourism sector, who have experience with customer service, or have already businesses that are catering to women in these destinations. So what we do is we have a verification process. Let me see if I find it here, that in which our travelers and our greeters have to go through. However, our travelers, let's see. So this is kind of like what it looks like. Um, there is like a platform verification software where each user has to go through it, and so it's a software integrated through our platform in which we verify identity, make sure that they are who they say they are. But our greeters guides, they have to go through an onboarding process that to make sure that they go through a training and make sure that they're actually a good fit because they're providing a service, right? So they have to go through a guideline of checklist items every time they have a traveler to remain consistent with our services throughout the world, right? Because we are in so many destinations, but I can't physically, or my team can't physically be in all of them. So we have designed a way to kind of like onboard them and get them through it.
Do you perform background checks on your greeters?
We don't do background checks, but we do the software that's integrated to GreetHer is a platform that verifies that their identity is like in good standing. So it's almost like a soft check.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is
And
because we are in so many destinations that have different regulations.
now, how can a travel agent work with you and monetize this? Because you're making a commission off of the greeter, but the travel agent obviously needs to make a commission as well if they're going to be recommending your services to their clients.
Yeah, so we actually have a travel program, and we can send them also after this, but we give commission to bookings that are referred to us. And this is something that obviously we also have to like make sure that this partner is the right fit for us. But basically what we're looking for is travel partners who understand our service and our value proposition, and who actually have the type of clientele that would be a good fit for GreetHer. And then we process an agreement in which we both ends sign, to make sure that they understand like what it means to partner with us. But they receive either we give them a set commission rate, or we make them an offer to give their travelers like a discount or something like that. Everything is handled right now on a one-to-one, as long as maybe sometimes it depends if the travel partner is a travel agency, then we do an agreement with the travel agency. But if they're individual travel advisors, then we deal with this strategic into the agreement as a one-on-one. So after this, if any of you are interested, I would love for you to connect or for us to reach out to you, and then we can explain the process. But basically, the way that the platform is currently working is that through our platform, then you will place a booking for your traveler. You potentially will create. It depends how travelers advisors want to work, but most of them, they decide to do it themselves to make the booking for their traveler. And once the traveler is about to embark on their journey, then they kind of hand off the experience to them, because we want the traveler to be the one on the one-on-one connection. Oh, because I forgot to mention that they are paired with their greeter before their trip begins, which is really helpful. Actually, like to have someone on the ground be able to ask them all sorts of questions, and like little local nuances about even the weather, or like how to get from the airport to the hotel. So we want the greeter and the traveler to be matched beforehand. As I mentioned, we also vet travelers, but this verification is so much more simple than what we do for the greeters. And it's something that like a platform like Uber or Airbnb does. Is very simple. And then we have, a section in the booking flow where travel partners are able to insert their referral code or their partner code, so we can easily track the bookings back to them. And yeah, it's really simple actually. Like this may sound complicated, but the process probably takes like 5 minutes max to place a booking. And we recommend placing bookings 2 weeks before an experience is taking place, to make sure that we can connect them, and then we can have someone ready for the time and the date that they need them for their travelers. And then once they are connected to them, we present the greeter and the traveler a little introduction of what their traveler and their greeter looks like. We share a little bit of a bio if the traveler feels comfortable sharing about them. Especially if we have a senior traveler, sometimes they have mobility issues or they have specific needs. It's really important for us to know more about them, so the greeter can adapt to their lifestyle and to like their particular needs. And this is where they get connected through a WhatsApp business WhatsApp group, so they can have easy communication. So your travel will have to have WhatsApp to communicate with the greeter. Currently, we're already developing our mobile app, so eventually this is going to be on a mobile app. But for now, everything's kept in a WhatsApp group, and then we just let them take off. The travelers and the greeters are able to message each other, ask all sorts of questions. And then even after they meet in person and they have their experience, they still have access to her. So if they have like other questions after their experience, they can still reach out to her. Like if they have an emergency or they just want a recommendation for a good brunch spot, they still have her to reach out to. This is our lovely team. Fernanda is on the call right now as well. She helps us lead our partnerships. So you would be in touch with Fernanda and I if you decide to learn more about our travel program we have. And yeah, I don't know if you have any other questions, Sheila.
I think this is such a great concept. I just absolutely love everything that you're doing here, and it fills such a need inside of our industry. I want to know if the travel advisor books, let's say, just tickets to a bunch of specific venues. and they want a greeter to be with them. I presume that the traveler needs to also pay for the greeter's ticket as well, entry ticket to any museums or monuments or things of that nature.
That's a really interesting point. So actually, I would say yes as a whole, but it's a little more complex in some cases. For example, museums are free to locals, right? So
Mm.
there's options where like sometimes it depends, where they are at. For example, in Istanbul, my greeter could enter all the mosques and stuff for free, but I had to pay for my entrance. So that's one thing. But the greeters know this, so they usually suggest things and activities are free of charge unless the traveler has requested. We have had travelers who have booked their greeters just to go on a cruise with them, on a cruise dinner with them in the Seine River in Paris, because women are seeing our services just beyond the tour guiding experience, but more for companionship and to feel like you have a local friend there. And so we have also even seen one of our luckiest greeter in Paris. She also even got to Disneyland with her traveler because she just didn't want to go alone to Disneyland Paris. So it really can be customizable as much as they want it to be, but of course they have to cover all the other, you know, extra activities because we wouldn't want the greeter have to pay for them because they're already getting paid for their time being with them. So yes, as a whole, yes.
Mm. So meals, you would want to pay for your greeters' meals, I assume, for the day. What about tipping? Is tipping customary on top of what the customer is paying for the greeter throughout the day?
It is encouraged. It's not mandatory. Obviously, I think with any tour guide you would do it, and this is even like a more luxurious type of experience. So it really depends on the traveler and their budget and what they feel comfortable do with it. But yes, and then meals usually, our experiences, by the way, last 2.5 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours. So for a 2.5 hour experience, usually there's not enough time for them to have a meal. That said, if the greeter decides to spend more time with the traveler, either the traveler can book more time with her or the greeter can decide to spend more time without being paid. So a lot of the times we do see, travelers, invite them for lunch, things like that. But obviously sometimes they have another booking, so they have to go to it. But for longer traveler experiences, that might be a thing. Sometimes greeters decide or try, as tour guides, sometimes they're like, no, I'll go have my own lunch. But what we've seen is like this experience is very like having a friend, showing you
Mhm.
that place. So you really feel inclined to share a meal and you bond over having a coffee or sharing a pastry. So that is kind of like the magicness about having a greeter, besides.
Well, that's why I love having a guide. Everywhere I go, I book a private guide on my first day. I do a full day. And I don't necessarily have a plan in place, but I just like to get to know the place that I'm visiting, the culture, the
Yeah.
people. I like to have that local experience. And this just, provides that opportunity in a bigger way, in a more unique way. One of the questions that we have from Lynette is this service available to couples as well? So she has a couple going to Germany and they want a local greeter to take them around.
Okay. So short answer, not yet. But reach out to me and we can see we can make an exception. Currently we're marketed towards female identified travelers strictly, and that's what made us get the success we've gotten so far, just because we're feeling the need. But we do get asked a lot, so we are working on a pipeline, product update that eventually, hopefully, maybe next year we'll start testing. But reach out to me, Lynette, and we can see we can work something out. But as a majority of like our communication and our marketing, we are strictly for female identified travelers. However, we do see women traveling with their kids whereas they're men or not, or non-minority. Um, and we allowed that, but we haven't really opened up to couples and families in that way yet.
Okay. That's good to know that if it's a mother traveling with her children, you'll allow the greeter. Is there an age cutoff for the children? Let's say if I have a
Yes,
son.
yes, we have the age cutoff is I believe it's 18, and you can still, because we've seen it, and like especially moms who are traveling solo with their kids. And
Me, I did that for years and years and
oh
years and
God,
years with my
how?
daughter because I'm a widow and I just
Oh,
drug her all over the world. This would have been
oh,
amazing
yes.
for me. And who knows, maybe if I kick my boyfriend to the curb because he doesn't measure up, I might need to use your services again.
Well, the thing is that, for example, I had one mom come to us and she was like, I'm like a really experienced traveler. I'm not sure if I need GreetHer, but I'm gonna use it. And like, actually, people who are expert travelers still find a need in GreetHer. And like, I've traveled to over 35 countries and like I still find it useful. I was just in Bosnia, and it was so helpful to have someone local in Mostar, because the buses, you can't get a bus online. The websites were in English, like no matter how experienced you are. But we had this traveler who was a mom, and she was going to Quito, Ecuador, and she's like, I sometimes cannot even go use the bathroom because I have my baby on a stroller, and sometimes I can't go in. So having a greeter with me, just walk around and like let me just like breathe and go to a bathroom break is such a life changer, so I see such a need for GreetHer for moms, especially if like they have young kids.
All
I
right,
see a
so
question
Chris,
from
yeah,
Christina. We are
yep.
in over 100 countries, over 1,000 cities. And actually, if you go to our website, we have a search bar that in which you can type, the place that you're traveling to, and it will show you that this. If we don't have a place there, or if it's not showing up the location, then you can request a greeter there. Obviously, if it's a destination where we see that we're gonna have more traffic coming there, we would definitely be able to try to get you someone there. But if it's like a tiny little village in the middle of the Amazons, it might be hard for us to get you someone, but you never know. Can you
Let
still
me
hear me?
ask,
I'm a little frozen up here. I'm not sure.
you're fine. I can see you just fine. Can you hear us okay, Vanessa? Or Fernanda? I know Fernanda is
Did I
on
get
the
frozen?
line as
Did I
well.
freeze?
Um, Fernanda, could you put y'all's contact information in the
Can you hear me, Sheila?
I can hear you.
I'll put our contact information in the comments. Yeah, no problem.
Wonderful. Yeah, so that way everybody has your contact information so that they can reach out to you with any questions. I did put your website in the chat as well. So it is greether.com, greether.com. So that's how everybody can learn about where your services are offered around the world. And I assume that they're going to have to email you anyway for a partnership kit, for a travel agent partnership kit. Can you tell us where they should be emailing or requesting that information?
Yeah,
Yes. You can either email myself, Vanessa, or Fernanda, if you want to share your email as well, and then we'll get back to you. And also Sheila, I know we will be sharing this later. If you see someone who wants to be in touch with us, feel free to send them or send them our way, and we'll reach back to them.
Great. Well, if anybody has any other questions, this is your chance to ask them. And feel free to unmute yourself or show yourself on camera if that is also easier so that you can have a conversation with us. As you know, we kind of do everything a little bit more casually around here, and we like it to be a little more interactive. But if you don't have any questions, we're going to let Vanessa and Fernanda get on with their day. And we will post this replay within the next day or so to YouTube. And Vanessa, I'll send you the link. I love what you're doing. I just really wish you all the success in the world. I know what it's like to be a founder of a technology company and to bootstrap it and see your vision come to life. And kudos to you for developing a product that is so unique and so incredibly needed in the travel sector. I hope that everybody who watches this replay really gets creative in their thinking about how they can serve their customers better, utilizing GreetHer, thinking about getting new customers or friends or family that you know, these solo lady travelers who just have been fearful to travel because there haven't been any options for them. We see that happen a lot. There's also a huge market opportunity for you guys to go into some of your retirement communities, some of your garden clubs where a lot of these retired single ladies are, to create a product, a traveling product around this, and pair GreetHer with the experiences that you're crafting for these individuals. Really start to think out of the box and how you can leverage GreetHer for your customers and as another revenue stream for your agency. But I mean, thank you so much again, Vanessa. You know, I am your biggest fan, or one of your biggest fans. I'm sure you have many around the world.
Thank you so much, Sheila. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. And as you said, we're so excited to partner with more of you. So please reach back out to us. I dropped my LinkedIn as well. If you feel more comfortable messaging me there, or email, super responsive. And, you know, even women who are on traveling on cruises, we have a lot of them who like to book a greeter on each port when they get there. So like, there is a lot of possibilities. We can just get creative and brainstorm together. But love being part of your community. Thank you, Sheila, and have a great rest of your day.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.